Okay, let's begin. I am Lanice Antoine Shelley, and I'll be your host through constructive, healing-based conversations designed to illuminate the adoptee, parents, and the adoption curious. We center the topics around community, mentorship, leadership, and healing, so you get a multi-dimensional view that is ultimately empowering. These are the voices who could not speak when they were young. Hey y'all, if you've seen me on Instagram, I'm in my summer glow phase and I am unapologetic about it. My hair is luscious. Fun fact, I didn't start properly treating and doing my own hair until I was a grown adult because like many Black adoptees, no one showed me how to do my own hair. And because I love you all so much, I'm going to share with you my hair secret. I'm always on the lookout for things you'd love and things that will enhance your well-being inside and out. We Unique Cosmetics sent me their Moisture Lock pomade and scalp and hair therapy oil from their Metamorphosis line, and it's so decadent, light, and nourishing, fam. This has become a hair routine staple. It has a soft lemongrass scent that people comment on when I walk by or when they're doing my hair because now I have boho locks. They also sent me a 15% discount link for you to try their products and hair tutorial service. And Unique Cosmetics is Black owned and operated by a mother and daughter duo dedicated to helping the adoptee community. Check out the link in the show notes. And this is for all ages, fam. So tell your friends. So come on, embark on a hair-loving journey with We Unique World. From interactive workshops to premium products, they're all about empowering you to embrace your unique hair journey. Because remember, all hair is good hair, especially when it's healthy. Hello. How are you? How is your heart? Seriously though, how is your heart? The world is picking up pace again, and I know my anxiety has cranked up with the acceleration of responsibilities. This season, I've revealed more of myself and psychological condition, which allowed you to see the raw versions of me. By doing so, it helped me heal some of my perfectionism. And I still have a long ways to go, but it's the little things like that that really help. I allow myself to not be perfect, surrendering to the outcome of you either liking me or not liking me, which at the end of the day is out of my control. This is our last episode of Season 2. I will be coming back in the new year. I wanted to get some strong content out to you this season. Don't worry, I have many more interviews still queued up. However, I have so much going on right now, it's impossible for me to edit these days. I am an army of one. If you're in Chicago, come see me acting in Goodman Theater's Schoolgirls African Mean Girls, which is this August. And I'm about to announce our first show at the House Theater of Chicago, where I'm the artistic director, for which I am adapting and co-directing the first holiday production. I'm also moving to a new place in 3 weeks and in the midst of my Drama League fellowship in New York. I wanted to give you some thoughts to chew on, and now here's a little time to process. I'll still be active on Instagram, so please keep an eye out for partnerships and live videos, and just talk to me. You can reach out to me anytime on Instagram or Facebook, or even my website. Today in this solo episode, I wanted to talk to you about lost languages. I stumbled across this article that I'll leave in the show notes. It's called Forgotten First Languages Leave an Imprint on the Brain. I was instantly intrigued by this, not only because of my recent conversation with Taylor Mosquera, my Colombian adoptee friend who taught himself Spanish in 2 years, episode 39, or William Uhlaub in episode 8, is another friend of mine adopted from Haiti who taught himself Creole in a year. Both were brought up in the States away from any remnants of their original cultures. I was adopted at the age of 4. from Haiti and had to learn English upon my arrival in the U.S. I had an accent throughout my childhood, which embedded insecurities about my speech. Even to this day, as an adult, I no longer know Creole, but have the residue of a cadence that some people can detect. I desperately want to learn Creole again, but I've never prioritized going back to Haiti for a long stint of time, and that's what both Jacob and William did. For those of you feeling overwhelmed with the idea, like me, this article gave me so much comfort and hope. It opines, you never forget your birth language. Research has shown that adults who remember nothing of their birth language have better pronunciation than other learners when they try to regain it later in life. It seems that forgotten first languages are retained by the brain for future use. Dr. Ji-Yeon Choi of Hanyang University in Seoul led a research study into Korean adoptees who were adopted as babies by Dutch-speaking families. In the study, the Dutch-speaking adults were asked to pronounce Korean consonants following a short training course. They performed exceptionally well in the Korean pronunciation tests, even though they could remember nothing of the Korean language before they started the course. Pronunciation memories. The participants were then compared with a group of adults who had not been exposed to the Korean language as children. Native Korean speakers were asked to judge their competency. The study showed that both groups performed at the same level before their training, but after training, those who had been adopted as babies exceeded expectations of normal language acquisition. Forgotten first languages recovered. The forgotten first languages of the group of adoptees in the study were clearly playing a part in their exceptional performance in the pronunciation tests. The most important part of the study was that there was found to be no difference between children who were adopted before they were 6 months old, i.e. before they could speak, and those who were adopted after 17 months, when they could already talk. This shows that language learning in the early years is unrelated to language use, and that the brain will remember the structure of your birth language even if you have never spoken it. Indeed, the study suggests that language knowledge is absorbed even in the very earliest years. It also shows that language knowledge retained as a small baby is abstract in nature instead of dependent on experience. So the early experiences of children in their birth language can give them an advantage over other language learners as an adult when they're trying to learn the language they think they have forgotten. Their forgotten first language is hidden from conscious acknowledgement until unlocked by the new training. Dr. Choi points out that the study indicates that the process of learning a language starts much earlier than often thought, while the child is still in the womb. She said, this finding indicates that using language knowledge is laid down in the very early months of life, which can be retained without further input of the language and revealed via relearning. And finally, talk to babies as much as possible. Dr. Choi went on to say that parents should talk to their babies as much as possible in their early years because the brain clearly absorbs language at a complex level in the first weeks. I'll post the rest of the article in the show notes. This was all incredibly heartening. All is not lost. It's either dormant or hidden. I just posted a quote from this book I read called Embers in the Ashes. One of the characters is trying to comfort someone they love who has just said, I am undone. I am broken. And he gently responded, you are broken, but it's the broken things that are the sharpest, the deadliest. It is the broken things that are the most unexpected and the most underestimated. Don't underestimate yourself, my friend, my fam. Others may, but you cannot. Be unexpected. Be the underdog that takes the race by a yard. I hope this episode was nourishing to you. I will be back in the new year, probably around January, and we can celebrate all the wondrous things we've been up to. And don't forget to leave a review on iTunes, which is the best way to support my efforts to get this learning out to you. I am so looking forward to what is to come. Let's go. Another beautiful episode. Thank you so much for listening, and thank you to my guest today. If you liked this episode, the best way to support me and this work is to write an iTunes review, a 5-star review. This helps us reach the top of searches and helps more people to find us. And if you personally want to connect, please reach out on Instagram or Facebook. And I have some great resource material on my website at laniceantoineshelley.com. So go on over there too. Until next we meet, go gently and have courage, my love.